Hello, welcome. We are about to hop into a quick 30-minute vinyasa flow. So feel free to grab anything that you would like to move with in today's practice. 30-minute practices happening on YouTube, and then full practices are happening on the demand site. So I will link that below if you're interested. Platform of all different styles of classes that you can sign up for a month. All right, with that being said, let's hop into our practice today, starting in a child's pose. So making your way towards the back middle of your mat. We're going to take our knees wide or as wide as feels comfortable, big toe mounds together to touch. Feel free to take a few moments just sitting up tall here, especially if you're moving through this practice first thing in your day, if you're moving into the practice and away from something that was creating a lot of energy, whether that's work or you've just had a long day. Take a moment to settle. This could be in a seat. This could be arms beginning to reach forward and finding that child's pose right away. But we'll only take a few moments to get grounded. So if you do need a longer amount of time, feel free to pause the video and then just hop back in when you're ready. So you're beginning to soften into that child's pose shape. Let's think of hips drawing back to the heels, fingertips extending forward. You could even begin to float the elbows away from the floor and then think of melting the heart space down towards the mat. Tapping into Ujjayi, breathing in and out through the nose, feeling your breath as it brushes against the base of the throat. Can we start to create this audible or wave-like sound with the breath? Vinyasa, moving with breath. So making sure you have the breath down before we begin to layer on movement. Take 2 more breaths. Right into the side ribs, right into the back belly or back body. 1 more breath. On your next inhale, begin to shift yourself forward slightly. Slide your right arm underneath your left arm. Drop your hips back towards your heels and rest your right cheek towards the floor. Left fingertips begin to reach further forward. Can you come high up onto left fingertips and find a slight rotation? If you want to, you could try to lift the left arm up, maybe bind it, wrap around the lower back and hook the left hand onto the upper right thigh. Rolling back onto that right shoulder, final breath. And then we're going to re-reach the left arm all the way forward to the top of the mat. Pull yourself forward to tabletop. Lift the right arm up towards the ceiling. Breathe in. Exhale, we'll go into that twist one more time. Right arm threads through. This time, palm away from the heels. Drop your right cheek again. You can walk the left fingertips even further forward. You may be able to go deeper into that twist. And if you did it the first time you wanted to try it here, float the left arm and then wrap the left arm around the lower back, binding to the upper right thigh. Take a breath in. And then when you're ready to release, left hand down, let's re-reach the right arm to the sky. As you breathe out, sweep the right arm forward in front of you, like you're shaking someone's hand, and then float the left leg up and back. Okay, so opposition, left leg, right arm. Inhale, breath. Exhale, round to curl. Touch the knee towards the nose or pull it in. Twice more. Inhale to extend, reach as far as you can. Exhale, round to curl, pull left knee in towards the nose. Last time to reach long, stay here, bend the left knee. Let's reach back, grab onto the top of the left foot, and then find a slight little kick of left foot into right hand. Maybe you shift the gaze up over the right shoulder. Take a breath in. Left leg will stay lifted, right hand finds the floor, kick the left leg back again. As you exhale, we're going to tap the left knee to the left elbow, hold it here for a moment. Tuck your bottom right toes, lift your bottom right knee and press back through the right heel. So you're in like a plank with left knee still holding to left elbow. Stay in your plank, take the left knee over to the right elbow, back to the left elbow. One more time, over to the right elbow, back to the left elbow, and then send the left leg back to meet the right. High plank, take a big breath in. Exhale, knees or toes come right down to the belly. Tricep push-up as you lower. Untuck the toes, press into the hands. Let's lift up to full cobra, or you could stay in baby cobra. Shoulders down, really finding that connection of tops of feet, tops of hands, and then exhale, release back down to the floor. One more time, find a back bend, baby cobra or full cobra. Looking up if you can, last breath in. Exhale to release down to the floor. Plant your hands, tuck your toes. Come up through high plank from knees or toes, and then we'll lift the hips up towards the sky. Take your downward facing dog. Let's find a full cycle of breath here. Soft bend into the knees, lift the tailbone high, and your heels could be lifted, that's fine. Come high up onto the toes, walk yourself forward to the front of your mat. Bring your feet hip distance as you breathe in, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, forward fold. I just ate my hair. Good. One more time. Let's inhale to lengthen the spine, flat back. Exhale, release, forward fold. Stay here. Grab backs of ankles. Heel toe your feet a little bit wider. Keep a hold of the ankles as you drop the bum down towards the floor. So toes could be slightly turned out. I'm using kind of the backs of my arms here to pull my knees away to the edges of my mat. And then we'll take a few cycles here. So keep holding the ankles if you can. Inhale, press the feet into the floor, lift the hips up, stay in your fold. Exhale to drop the bum down. Okay, 2 more times. Inhale, lift the hips up, fold. Exhale, bum down, keep a hold of the ankles. Last one, we're gonna lift the bum all the way up. Stay in that forward fold. Can you pull yourself a little closer to the legs? And let the fingertips float down. Heel toe your feet back underneath the hips. Roll your spine up to stand, bone by bone. Let's sweep the arms to the sky. Inhale, breath. From here, pick up the left knee in towards the chest. Take a hold of the left hand to the left knee, and then draw a few circles with that thigh, almost like you would do on your back body. So moving one direction, moving the other direction. You could use both hands if that feels comfortable for you. And then we're gonna pause with the left knee up and in towards the chest. Breathe in as you kick it back through warrior 3. Little bend into the right knee. Let your arms extend back. As slowly as you can you step the left foot to the back of the mat. Release the back knee down to the floor, low lunge. Keep the back toes tucked as you sweep the arms up. And then interlace the hands, place them behind the head. Let's let the elbows fall wide. Let your head fall back into the hands if we can. And think of pressing or lengthening the front of the left hip towards the floor. Take a big breath in. And then releasing your hands to frame the right foot. Step your right foot back to meet your left foot. You're in plank and pause. If you want for stability, take your feet a little bit wider. Good. We're gonna reach the right arm all the way out in front of us as we breathe in, and then place the right hand down. So knees can come down for this, switching. Left arm forward and down. Again, right arm and down. Last time, left arm and down. Pause in your plank, breathe in, drop your knees, heels together to touch, child's pose, 2 breaths. So right back to where you started, forehead softening. Can we feel a little bit more energy or intention moving through the body? Shoulders relaxing. Noticing your prana, your energy as it floats around. On your next inhale, pull yourself forward enough to slide the left arm underneath the right arm. Left palm up, drop your hips back to the heels to start. Rest your left cheek to the floor. Right fingertips walk further forward and you gaze underneath the right arm, or you could try floating the right arm up, maybe binding the right arm around the lower back, and you could hook it right into that crease of the left hip. One more breath. We're gonna re-reach the right arm all the way towards the front of the mat. As it comes down, pull yourself forward to tabletop and then lift the left arm up towards the ceiling. Breathe in. Exhale, same twist, hips lifted away from heels. Left shoulder down, left cheek down. Walk the right fingertips forward. You could even walk them slightly to the left side of your mat to get deeper, or try floating that right arm up, maybe the bind. Good, one more breath. And then when you're ready to release, let's drop the right hand, reach the left arm up towards the sky, breathe in. We're gonna reach the left arm forward now like you're shaking someone's hand. From here, right leg kicks back, right toes dial down, opposition. As you breathe out, round to curl, knee towards the nose, pull it in, press the floor away. Again, inhale to reach long, lengthen. Exhale, round to curl, pull knee to nose, elbow to knee. One more time, we're gonna kick long, stay here, bend your back right knee, reach around, grab the top of the foot, and then kick right foot into left hand, open up that left shoulder. Good, one more breath. Good, we'll release the left hand down, keep the right knee lifted. From here, we pull the right knee in towards to tap the right elbow. That's where we're going. Hold the right knee to the right elbow, tuck the back left toes, lift the back left knee, and then press out through that back left heel. So you're in a high plank. And then bring the right knee over to tap the left elbow. Using that core strength, back to tap the right elbow. So nothing's moving but the leg. One more time, over to tap the left elbow. Back to tap the right elbow, hold, step right foot back to meet left. High plank, breathe in. From knees or toes, come right down to the belly. Slow count, tricep push up. Untuck the toes, rise up, take one back bend, your choice here. Lift the gaze. Big breath out to soften, ripple down. Hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, press yourself up to plank, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. One full cycle of breath. Come up onto the toes, walk forward, feet to hands, front of the mat, bring your feet hip distance. Take an inhale to lengthen. Take an exhale to forward fold. Right away, we're gonna come up to stand, reach the fingertips to the sky, and then stand to the left foot. Lift your right knee in towards your chest. Take the right hand to right knee, right shin, and then draw a few circles with that thigh. Opening and closing, and then noticing where your balance is today as you move through that leg. We're gonna pause, right knee up and in towards the chest, stand tall. Kick the right leg back behind you, reach the arms back behind you, coming through that warrior three. Start to bend the left knee, moving really slowly as right toes tap down, and then lower the back knee to the floor. Keep the back toes tucked, reach the arms up as you inhale. Interlace the hands behind the head. Let the head fall back into the hands, let the elbows fall wide. You could go a little bit deeper as you drop right hip crease to the floor. Find that deep back bend. Listen to those sensations. And then we'll release, hands come down, frame left foot. Meet me back in plank, step left foot to meet right and hold. Feet come a little bit wider for stability if you need. This time, let's shift into the right hand, turn the toes to the left, take a side plank. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, we'll thread the left arm underneath the right arm. Re-reach the left arm back up. Come back through high plank, switch side, toes to the right, right arm lift. Thread, right arm through. Re-reach, right arm up. Back through high plank. One more time each side, toes to the left, right hand down, left arm up. Thread. Re-reach. High plank. Shift toes to the right, right arm up. Last one to thread. Re-reach. High plank to hold. Exhale, bend your elbows halfway, hold. Press right back up to high plank. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Come up onto your toes. Look between the thumbs, step or hop front of your mat. Toes touch, breath in. Exhale to fold. Rise up, inhale. Exhale, fold back down to release. Lengthen as you inhale. Take your first chaturanga, step or hop, high to low plank. Pull through, find up dog or cobra. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts as you inhale. Step your right foot through the hands, walk yourself around to the left. Let's bend the back left knee, straighten the right leg, lift the right toes up towards the sky. Good. If you're low enough here, we're gonna start to sit the bum down towards the floor. If not, you just stay in that side runner's lunge. If you can sit the bum down, reach the right hand onto that left ankle and then side bend. Reach the left arm over your head. Maybe begin to reach for the sole of the right foot. One more breath wherever you are. We'll lift ourselves back up, press ourselves up if we're sitting, turn to the back of the mat, hands frame left foot. Left foot sweeps up and back. Find three-legged down dog. Bend your left knee, open up the left hip. Shift forward, left knee, right elbow, pause, come to inner edge of right foot, kick that left leg out. See if you can keep the left leg lifted. Maybe you can bind right fingertips onto the left big toe. Hold, 3. Other than that, your outer edge of left foot is down for 2. 1, we're gonna come up and over, right hand down, pick your left leg up, step it behind you, take a flip dog. Lift your hips up, reach your hips up. Let your left arm reach towards the back of your space. And then to come out, left hand comes down, pull the left knee to left elbow, take the shin parallel to the back of your mat, come down into your pigeon. So heel toe that right leg back behind you, settle into your pigeon for a moment. Hands can frame around the body as you lift the chest, soften shoulders. Last couple breaths, if you want to take your fold, begin to come down to elbows or forearms. Soften through outer hip for another breath. Good, when you're ready, we're gonna come up, sit tall, swing your right leg around to meet your left leg. Cross your ankles, place your hands behind you, find some momentum to come hop back, high to low plank. Move through your chaturanga. Pull through as you up dog, inhale. And then exhale to take it all the way back. Find your downward facing dog. Take a breath in through your nose. And then a big breath out through the mouth. Good. From here, let's sweep the left leg up towards the sky as you inhale breath. As you exhale, we're going to step the left foot through the hands. Walk ourselves around to the right, come to the front of the mat, bend the front right knee, lengthen the left leg, lift the left toes up. So we're side runner's lunge, other leg. And then if you did on the first side, you're going to sit the bum down, take the left hand, grab onto the right ankle, and then side bend. Reach the right arm over your head. Grabbing for the sole of the right foot. Pulling yourself nice and deep into that side bend. Wherever you are, let's lift our torso back up, stand back up onto the foot, turn to the front of your mat, and then send your right leg up and back to three-legged down dog. Bend the right knee, open up the right hip. Take a moment. Good, we'll shift forward. Right knee taps left elbow, hold, and then come to inner edge of left foot, kick the right foot out, outer edge of right foot. So again, lift the left arm up. This outer edge of the foot can come down, or you can try lifting the right leg. Maybe you're binding onto the right big toe, holding. And then if you have that bind, eventually you can start to kick the foot forward. One more breath. Good, release, left hand down, swivel around, flip dog. Right toes fall behind you. Lift the hips, reach the right arm to the front of the mat. Open up the heart. Find your breath. And then slowly, both hands find the mat, come up onto the back toes, pull your right knee to right elbow, pigeon pose, shin comes parallel. Good, drop your hips down, walk the left leg back, take a few breaths with you sitting tall, energy through the crown of the head. And then if you're ready, you can start to fold, coming down to elbows, dropping down to forearms. 3 more breaths. For 3. Unclenching your teeth, softening your jaw for 2. And on 1, we'll come back up onto the hands, swing your left leg around, cross the ankles, bring your hands behind you. One more time, we'll try to find a little rock. Plant your hands, hop it back right into your low plank. Pull yourself through, take up dog. And then exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. All right, so from down dog, we're gonna have a little time to play here, working in handstand hop. If you're not wanting to handstand hop today, you can stay in down dog or take a few moments in child's pose. So we're gonna draw the heels together, toes slightly out, bend your knees. So I'm gonna drop my bum right back to the heels, and let's try a few rounds of our little hops. So as I press off the feet, I'm gonna start to feel my hips shifting forward over my wrist, and then I come back. Okay, so feel free to play. If you don't have handstand in your practice, you can still take a few little hops, seeing how that feels. Eventually, maybe you find that balance point, hips stacking over wrist, gaze between the thumbs. And we're gonna meet at the front of the mat. So feet between the hands. When you're ready to release, come all the way into your forward fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, big breath to let it go. And heel toe your feet back to hip distance. Let's grab onto the big toe mounds with the peace fingers. Again, inhale to lengthen. Exhale, pull your belly to thigh. Stay here, chin to chest. A little bit more weight forward onto the toes. You're pressing your big toes into your fingers, fingers back into the big toes. Releasing back of neck. Lifting up through the hips, the tailbone, final breath. Good, and then when you're ready, let go of the toes. Roll yourself all the way up to stand. Bone by bone, reach fingertips to the sky, inhale. Exhale, let's settle for a moment, hands at heart center. Release left palm to the chest, right palm to the belly. Maybe close your eyes. Setting intention. Tuning into how you're feeling energetically. Honoring the body that has shown up for you today on your mat in this practice. Take one more moment here for yourself. And then when you're ready, you can blink the eyes open, release the arms back down beside you. Take a breath in to reach tall. Exhale, chair pose. We can keep the feet about hip distance. Let the arms sweep out in front of you. Think of taking out the curve of the lower back. Nice, strong, powerful through the legs, lengthening through the back of the neck. Good, from our chair pose, we're gonna start to sit deeper, seeing how far we can go without the hands. If you can, you're working to sit the bum all the way down to the floor as the fingertips reach forward, and then let the legs lift up. We're gonna meet into a high boat. So you could grab backs of legs, your knees can be bent, your chest is lifted, or fingertips extend forward. Take a big breath in. The shins are gonna stay where they are, just the upper body is gonna begin to roll down. So reach the fingertips forward, upper body, shoulders, head, but shins stay parallel. Good. And then pointing those toes. Arms are still reaching forward as we re-lift the head and the shoulders. And let's start to find our little pulses of the palms down. Pressing your lower back into the floor. So you can stay here, working with your breath as you pulse. If you want more here, you could start to extend one leg at a time, alternating forward. So switch. Switch while continuing to pulse with the hands. Switch. Switch. Let's go for another 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So the shins will come parallel. Bend the knees. Stay here. Reach further. Inhale. As you exhale, pull your knees to your chest. Wrap your arms around the shins. And just gently rock yourself from side to side. So we'll go for one more set of that and then start to slow it down. So re-reach your shins up, bend your knees, point your toes, bring your hands behind you this time as you lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Good, this time we're gonna extend the right leg out in front of us. See if we can lift up the shoulders a little bit more and tap the right fingertips to the left toes. And then we're gonna switch. So left fingertips, reach to right toes, and switch. You're trying to tap the toe of the knee that's bending. My other hand is just coming behind the head as I switch. You got 10, 9. Continue to breathe. 8, 7. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees, reach the arms forward. Inhale, exhale, release knees to chest. Let's draw some circles with the thighs. Just like you did standing at the top of the mat, few circles, relaxing, letting go. And then we'll pause when the knees come up towards the armpits. Take your happy baby, reach for toes, outer edges of feet. Kick the feet to the ceiling, and then feel free to rock from side to side. You can take this into a gentle twist. Let's go to the left to start. Right thigh stacks on top of the left. Reach your arms out to a T-shape, palms face that. For 3, 2, and then come all the way back through center. Let's switch sides. Legs to the right, left thigh falls on top of right. Last 3, 2, good. We're going to come back through center, taking any final shape you need. You could take some form of inversion today if that's in your practice. Really gentle, legs up towards the ceiling or legs up the wall. Shoulder span, lifting up the hips, grabbing to the backs of the lower back or the hips, sending the feet up higher, always keeping chin to chest. And then you can release out of that through plow pose if you're practicing, feet behind you. Okay, if you prefer, you could roll up, maybe take a few moments in like a headstand. So feel free to close off this practice in any way you need. This was quite an intense, quick flow. If you are ready, though, you can start to find stillness, and we'll spend the last couple moments together in rest. So really important after moving through this fast-paced practice to give our body time to settle. So regardless if you're choosing to stay on your back or if you're choosing to come up to a seat, connecting to the parts of the body that are grounded to the floor. If you're on your back, back of the head, the shoulders, the hips, the backs of the legs. And if you're sitting, finding your sitting bones, and then letting the rest of the body be really light, really supported, just stacked. Soften the muscles around the face, and then draw your attention to the space between your eyebrows, your third eye. And with intention and awareness, begin to let that space open. Let your ribs soften, your belly soften, your hips soften, and all the way down to the tips of your toes. Full body working to become completely and deeply relaxed. If you have the time today to spend a little bit longer in the rest, I really encourage you to do so. We will seal off our 30-minute practice right here. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to reach out or leave any comments, questions, and I will see you next time.